live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Yes, it is. Thanks for joining us on 2 News Live. I'm Brian Schnee. Thursday, March the 7th. Going in depth on a couple different things tonight, but primarily focusing on an uptick in certain crimes in St. George. Before we get into that, though, here's a look at what's making headlines. You can find all of this on our website, KUTV.com. In just a few hours, President Joe Biden will deliver his final State of the Union address before the November election. Biden's speech is expected to be heavy on the economic populism, announcing a new plan to raise taxes on corporations and the wealthy, and also cut taxes for low-income families. Alabama Senator Katie Britt has been chosen to deliver the Republican response to his State of the Union address. Freaky stuff here. A United Airlines Boeing 777-200 landed at LAX after losing a tire. I've seen the video of it flying off, too. Thanks, Heidi Hatch, for sharing that one. This happened this afternoon. The plane was taken off from San Francisco, headed for Japan, with nearly 250 people on board. It taxied to the gate where passengers were let out. No injuries were reported, but quite the story. Construction has started on improvements. 21st South and Sugar House, just another bit of construction in the area. Part of the city's Funding Our Future bond, approved in 2018 to replace the city's worst streets. The reconstruction is the last big project of the bond. The entire project hoped to be wrapped up with the construction season ending in 2025. Finally, in your headlines, this is a look at parts of the Midwest, southern part of the U.S. Utah sending some crews to that area, specifically to Oklahoma. Our friends from Moab Valley Fire District. 2 of these guys just left this morning, and their order is to assist really with anything that's ongoing. Maybe they'll get their hands dirty here for some initial attack. They will await assignments. Massive wildfire started a couple weeks ago in Texas, has since really crossed over into the state of Oklahoma last week, has burned a lot of land. As we go in depth tonight, you can always get in touch with us during the show. We hope you do. You could use a hashtag if you like, but you can also just send a message. Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, whatever your fancy is. I even use the email. You can send one of those. Let's go in depth tonight, shall we? You've probably heard about this. It's been circulating. The owner of a Salt Lake City bar is not pulling back his ban of Zionists. Story getting now national attention. How could it not? But does the ban cross a legal line? For that, we go to Brian Malahy, who has looked into that very question today. Brian, what did you find out?
Well, I spoke to an attorney who says, yes, he thinks it does cross a legal line, violates the 1964 Civil Rights Act in regard to public accommodations. So he thinks when you ban Zionists, you are essentially saying to Jews that they don't have a place necessarily in your establishment. He said he thinks that the owner of this bar should go to his lawyers and discuss how they're violating the law and rectifying that situation. At least that's the implication in his comments today. I also spoke again today with the owner of the bar. So this is Weathered Waves. It's a new bar in the Gateway. And basically he's saying, look, I'm not going to pull back on this. This is not I am not discriminating. Telling Zionists that they're banned from my bar is not a saying to a protected class that you're not welcome here. Jews are still welcome. Muslims are welcome. Everyone is welcome, but he says, according to him, that he is trying to cut down and eliminate hate speech within his bar, and that's the reason for his ban on Zionists. He also says he wants a retraction from the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Services in the state. It said yesterday in a release, or last night, that it takes discrimination seriously. He says, I'm not discriminating, and that DABS should take back that comment.
Well, Brian, if I remember correctly, the owner of this bar also had a recent bit in politics, right?
He did. He ran for Salt Lake City mayor against Mayor Mendenhall and Rocky Anderson. And he came in 3rd place. But in talking to him today and in the amount of money that he spent on the race, he thinks he did pretty well, got about 7% of the vote. He also says that he is going to be a candidate for county mayor and will run as an independent. So He is back in the political game, or will be very shortly. He's 35 years old. He says that he's trying to run a business, and that the business is doing well, and that he's had messages of support. He's also had messages that have been very critical of what he's doing, and some of those messages I've seen, they've been texted to him, and we can't say them on TV.
Thank you, Brian. We'll let those live in the cell phone and on the internet, as we try to do with a lot of those hateful messages. Thanks for the report and the follow-up, because this is a story we brought you last night, 2 News at 10 o'clock. You've probably seen it all over social media at this point. That's where a lot of these comments initially were going to after a post was made on an Instagram account from this bar. You can find our past reporting on our website, KUTV.com, or the 2 News mobile app. Probably not the last we will be hearing from this situation. Let's go in depth, shall we? An uptick in crime in southern Utah. Today I spoke with St. George police about the types of crimes they're seeing, the frequency, and what you can do to protect yourself and not fall victim.
I would say it's alarming at the amount of crimes that we're seeing and the severity of them. What we're seeing is South American crime groups coming in and victimizing our community. They're from the smash and grabs to the distraction thefts that we're seeing. We've really seen an uptick in those. Recently, we had one where, and I'm not saying that this particular one that we're going to talk about is the South American crime group. Sometimes they're citizens of St. George that are committing this, but breaking into lockers at school or at gyms is a big one, and stealing cards from there, smash and grabs at parks, trailheads, stuff like that is a lot of what we're seeing.
So you're seeing people from out of the area come in to commit these crimes at an alarming rate, it sounds like.
Absolutely, yes.
What can you do about this? Is it just citizens more vigilant, keeping the very standardized, lock your stuff and keep things out of view? I mean, what is it that people can do to assist you? Because you can't be everywhere.
We can't be everywhere, but our citizens have proven time and time again that with their help, we can cut these crimes down, and we can catch the suspects quicker. But I think it starts with our citizens, and those, and when I say citizens, I mean people even that are visiting here can avoid being victims by keeping their property on them. I think the old days of thinking that you can tuck it under a seat, you can put it in the glove box, put them in the back of your SUV, those days of feeling like that's a good option are gone. If you leave them in your vehicle, locked or not, they don't hesitate to break the glass and rummage through. They know where you're going to hide them. If there's only a limited amount of spaces that you can hide your belongings inside a vehicle, so they can get in and out very quickly. With the distraction thefts, we're just asking that women, and it seems that they're targeting the elderly. Don't leave your purses and your bags in your cart at all. And be aware of your surroundings, and be aware of what's going on around you, but also be aware of other people that you maybe see if they have their bag in their cart and they walk away. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, just to be safe, you should probably hang on to that. And just be a good neighbor, be a good citizen, be a good person, and keep an eye out for these kinds of things going on.
Why is the city of St. George a target right now for outsiders coming in to commit crimes?
I don't know. I guess we're a target, but I would say that being right off the freeway, I mean, what do people think of when they think of Utah? They think of nice people, right? I mean, we're helpful, we're kind, we're generally known for being really a good place to be. I mean, how many people have moved here from across the country because of they visited here, they participated in races, and they come back here again and again because we have a great community and we want to help. People want to help. And so when they get approached in the grocery store to ask for assistance, they're more than willing to help. They're just not realizing that someone else is behind them stealing their items. So I think that the point that we want to make is that we don't want these crime groups who talk with one another, that's not just exclusive to one. They're communicating with where they're having success and where they're not. And we don't want St. George to be a soft target. And that's why we're trying to get the word out to just stop the people from coming here and victimizing our citizens.
You can see more on our website right now, KUTV.com. Just posted the article on it. Sean Kelly is here looking at the beauty of southern Utah this afternoon and really the evening now.
Yeah.
Really excited for the days to lengthen here in a different direction.
That's right. We lose that hour of sleep this weekend. I know. But we get those later sunsets, 7:30 by Sunday and Monday. So later sunsets, longer days.
Longer days, trekking it out in Zion, for example.
2 minutes and 40 seconds of extra daylight each day.
Look at that.
So it adds up.
We're stretching.
But yeah, hey, I've got a forecast here for you if you are going to be heading out to any of the national parks this weekend. We've got some nice weather for right now. We have a few rain showers in the Zion area, Springdale area dealing with some light rain, but we're dealing with drying conditions generally as a whole. And it's also pretty cool out there when you compare it to this time yesterday, 8 to 12 degrees cooler, especially down into the Milford area where we're currently sitting at 36 degrees. We actually have a cold front pushing through the state as we speak. We're sitting at 41 in Salt Lake City, 37 in Logan. We had some good rain and snow showers earlier on in the day, seeing even some accumulating snow into our mountains, upwards of 3 to 6 inches falling early this morning. That precipitation coming to an end, but down towards the south, still falling, basically south of the Richfield area, up and down I-15 into Beaver area, down into Cedar City, some scattered light rain into St. George, and then some light snow into those higher elevations into the mountains. As the cold front continues to push further down towards the south, precipitation chances wind down. We dry out overnight, get ready for a cold day tomorrow, but a warm up heading into Saturday and Sunday. High pressure system moving us in and then keeping us dry as well. We're also watching for our next storm system. Could be an active week next week with a low pressure system just to the north here, maybe giving us some light mountain snow and maybe a few valley rain showers. Not a big storm system. This will be mainly for Idaho down towards our northern counties of Utah, but a more widespread and perhaps significant storm arrives from Tuesday and into Wednesday. This will bring us another chance for some mountain snow, a little bit heavier, and some valley rain, but towards the tail end of it on Wednesday, we might see all snow here down into the valleys as well. So watch out for that. That could perhaps linger on into Thursday as well. We get ready though for a chilly night ahead. We're down into the teens and 20s. Going to be a cold one even into Heber tomorrow. Dealing with temperatures stuck in the 30s. Nephi down to the 30s as well. St. George close to 70 degrees as we get into Sunday. Beautiful weather for the weekend. Going to be kind of golfing weather down there. For us here along the Wasatch Front. We'll see temperatures closing in close to 60 degrees on Sunday. Breezy conditions, some rain showers as we get into Monday into Tuesday, and then watch out for the potential for some snowflakes mixing in by Wednesday.
Hey, you had it, Nephi.
Yeah, I doubted myself.
No, don't do that. You had it, and you were strong with it.
Yeah.
We were talking about that yesterday. I mean, it's one of those things that, once again, looking forward to a wonderful weekend, and then the change comes back one more time at least. And does it look long? Have you looked long term at all? Have you guys been looking at models where you think maybe things will have that turnover in the season?
It's still looking fairly active here, but I mean, in terms of climatologically speaking, we do get to those 60-degree days become a little bit more prevalent here along the Wasatch Front as we get towards the middle, towards especially the end of this month. So warmer weather, just a few weeks out.
And looking like our resorts are going to hang on till at least April for many.
Yeah.
I know Snowbird will do as long as they can, but others will pretty much have that hard stop likely in April. Thank you, Sean. Remember to download our 2 News weather app to know about the changes in your neighborhood. You can get those updated forecasts, a live radar right on your phone. The app is free to download. It's 5:30. Let's get dirty. If you like dirty sodas, making them at home just became a whole lot easier. That's because Coffee Mate and Dr. Pepper teaming up to create a new dirty soda creamer. Utah, looking at you, baby. According to the brands, you simply pour the coconut lime flavored creamer over a glass of Dr. Pepper. For a classic dirty soda, no extra ingredients needed. The Coffee Mate Dirty Soda Coconut Lime Creamer available now at grocery stores nationwide for a limited time. I saw this floating around on X, and I said, this screams Beehive State. This screams all of our you know, beverage aficionados here that love the dirty sodas. It is a big piece of the beverage culture here. So, have you had one yet?
I have not had one.
So what's
Had one.
interesting, I've lived here 4.5 years. I've still not had one.
Right.
But people come around work, they love it. It's a daily regiment for some. I understand it, but I need to know if you're trying that combo. I need to know if you're trying it
the
because
lime and the
it's
cream
just
and
interesting. I want to know if people are doing it.
Well, I mean, it must be good.
Anyone here who's got me, anyone in my ear tried it? I'm giving you, have you tried it? The combo. Want to. See?
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's instant feedback.
on the
Anyway,
list.
it looks pretty good. Thanks for watching 2 News Live. We're here Monday through Friday, 5:30, streaming live, going a little in-depth with some stuff. You know, we get you your forecast in there as well, give you a little bit longer feel to the story of the day, which is great. So we love having that conversation. You can always chime in with us as well by getting in touch on the socials. Have a great night. We are back tomorrow. It is almost the weekend.